Welcome back to our channel, my wonderful friends. Today is a beautiful, bright day, and we are so thrilled to have you here with us again. Grab your favorite cup of coffee, settle into your comfiest chair, and let us dive straight into the heart of Port Charles. We have some truly fascinating things to talk about today, so let us not waste another minute and jump right in. I have been watching these folks in Port Charles for more years than I can count, and I tell you what, there is one woman who always keeps me on the edge of my seat. That is our very own Carly. Now, I have always admired a woman who loves with her whole heart, and Carly is exactly that kind of person. She has a loyalty that is just unmatched, fierce as a mama bear protecting her cubs. When she loves you, she will stand by you through thick and thin, come hell or high water. But lately, I have been watching her with Valentin, and I cannot help but feel a heavy knot in my stomach. It is like watching a train heading straight for a broken bridge, and no matter how much you holler, it just keeps speeding up. Carly is playing a very dangerous game right now, and I am deeply worried about where this is going to leave her when the dust finally settles. Let us be completely honest with ourselves for a moment. Carly has always had a very specific type of man that she is drawn to. She is like a moth to a flame when it comes to the bad boys of this town. We all remember her wild days with Franco, bless her heart, and of course, her decades of standing by Sonny Corinthos through every mob war and courtroom battle imaginable. She has this deep, ingrained habit of falling for men who walk on the wrong side of the law, men who have a dark and dangerous edge, and now she has set her sights on Valentin Cassadine. Valentin is a man who practically invented the word dangerous. But Carly, being as stubborn as a mule, refuses to see the reality of the man she is sharing her life with. She wants to believe that her love is the magic cure that will suddenly turn a lifelong villain into a saint. What really gets my blood boiling, in a good-natured way of course, is how she is completely ignoring the people who genuinely care about her. You know, when your friends and family start waving red flags in your face, a wise person takes a step back and looks at the situation. Sonny has warned her about Valentin. And then we have Brick, a man who is as sharp as a tack and knows the streets better than anyone. Brick actually went out of his way to bring Carly solid intelligence, real proof that Valentin is up to no good. But what does our girl Carly do? The more people warn her, the more she digs her heels in. It is a classic case of a woman doubling down just to prove everyone else wrong. She is letting her pride and her fierce loyalty blind her to the cold, hard truth. Now, let us talk about that USB drive that Brick gave her, because this is where the story gets incredibly juicy and heartbreaking at the same time. Brick hands her this drive, filled with all the evidence she needs to see Valentin for who he truly is. And Carly takes it. But she does not share it, and she does not confront Valentin with it. She just holds on to it, keeping it a secret. To me, that speaks volumes. It tells me that deep down in her soul, Carly knows the truth. She is terrified of what is on that drive because she knows it will shatter the beautiful illusion she has built around her and Valentin. She is sweeping the dirt under the rug, hoping that if she does not look at it, it will just magically disappear. But we all know that secrets like that have a way of burning a hole right through your pocket. I think a big part of why Carly is acting this way comes down to her own insecurities, especially when it comes to Anna Devane. Any woman can understand that feeling of being threatened by her man's past loves. Valentin and Anna have a long, complicated, and very deep history together. Carly is a smart woman, and she knows that Anna will always hold a piece of Valentin's heart. This insecurity is eating away at her. She is so desperate to prove that she is the one who can finally tame Valentin, the one he chooses over Anna, that she is willing to overlook all of his dark deeds. She is holding on so tight because she is afraid that if she lets go even a little bit, he will go running right back to Anna. It is a sad situation, seeing a strong woman compromise her own morals just to keep a man from looking the other way. This brings me to a very important point that I had been pondering over my morning coffee. There is a very fine line between being a loyal partner and being an enabler. Carly thinks she is being loyal. She goes around town defending Valentin, telling anyone who will listen that he has changed, that he is a different man now. But loyalty is supposed to be about supporting someone through hard times, not giving them a free pass to do terrible things. By blindly defending him and hiding the evidence of his misdeeds, Carly is not helping him. She is enabling him. She is providing him with a safe harbor where he does not have to face any consequences for his actions. And in my experience, when you take away the consequences, a bad man is only going to get worse. Think about it from Valentin's perspective. Here is a man who has spent his entire life looking over his shoulder, manipulating people, and playing dangerous games. Now, he has Carly Spencer, one of the most powerful and fiercely protective women in Port Charles, standing firmly in his corner. He knows he has her completely wrapped around his finger. He sees how she defends him to Sonny and Brick. What does that do to a man like Valentin? It makes him feel invincible. He realizes that he does not need to change his ways because Carly will love him and protect him no matter what he does. Her unconditional love is actually acting as a shield for his darkest impulses. He feels secure, and a secure villain is the most dangerous kind of villain there is. We have seen this exact same pattern play out before with Valentin. Just look at his past relationships. Nina Reeves loved him with all her heart, and she tried desperately to see the good in him. Did it change him? No, it did not. Anna Devane, a woman of strong morals and justice, loved him and tried to bring him into the light. Did it change him? Absolutely not. You cannot teach an old dog new tricks, especially when that dog does not want to learn. Love is a beautiful thing, but it is not a magic wand. You cannot put lipstick on a pig and call it a princess, and you cannot love the darkness out of a man who thrives in the shadows. Carly is falling into the exact same trap that Nina and Anna fell into, but because she is Carly, she thinks she is going to be the exception to the rule. It is honestly like watching history repeat itself, and it reminds me so much of her relationship with Sonny. For decades, Carly stood by Sonny while he ran a criminal empire. She justified his actions, she hid his secrets, and she fought anyone who dared to speak against him. She became comfortable living in that gray area between right and wrong. Now, she has just swapped out the mob boss for a Cassadine. She knows the dance perfectly. She knows how to look the other way, how to make excuses, and how to fiercely defend a man who does not deserve it. The tragedy is that she has already lived through the pain and the heartbreak that this kind of life brings, yet she is willingly walking right back into the fire with a brand new partner. I want to talk directly to all of you wonderful ladies listening right now, because I know that many of you have lived enough life to understand exactly what I am talking about. We have all known someone, or maybe we have even been that someone, who thought that our love was strong enough to fix a broken man. It is a beautiful, nurturing instinct to want to heal the person you love, but it is also a dangerous illusion. When a woman loves a man so completely that she ignores his faults, she is not saving him. She is just losing herself. Carly is losing the strong, independent woman she is supposed to be, all for a man who will never truly appreciate the sacrifices she is making for him. It breaks my heart to see it, because she deserves a love that brings her peace, not a love that forces her to hide USB drives and lie to her friends. The reality of the situation is that Valentin is going to become far more dangerous now than he ever was before. When a man like him operates without a safety net, he has to be careful. He has to watch his step. But with Carly acting as his ultimate shield, he is going to take bigger risks. He is going to push the boundaries even further, knowing that if he gets caught, Carly will be there to bail him out and defend his honor. Her loyalty is the very thing that is going to empower him to commit worse crimes. She is handing a loaded gun to a dangerous man and telling him that she will cover his tracks. It is a recipe for absolute disaster, and the fallout is going to shake Port Charles to its very core. I cannot help but wonder what is going through Carly's mind when she is alone in the dark. That USB drive from Brick must feel like it weighs 1,000 pounds. Every time she looks at Valentin, she has to be wondering what secrets he is keeping from her. The cognitive dissonance, the mental gymnastics she has to perform every single day just to keep this relationship afloat must be absolutely exhausting. She is fighting a war within her own heart. One side of her is the fiercely loyal woman who loves Valentin, and the other side is the smart, intuitive survivor who knows that she is being played for a fool. Eventually, that internal pressure is going to build up, and something is going to snap. In the end, what goes up must come down, and this house of cards that Carly and Valentin have built is destined to collapse. My greatest fear is that when the truth finally comes out, and Valentin's true nature can no longer be hidden, Carly is the one who is going to be left standing in the rubble. She is going to realize that all her loyalty, all her defending, and all her love were just used to enable a monster. It is going to be a bitter pill to swallow, and I just hope she has the strength to survive the heartbreak that is inevitably coming her way. Bless her heart. She is a fighter, but this is one battle I do not think she can win. Let us just hope she wakes up and smells the coffee before it is too late, for her own sake and for the sake of everyone who loves her.